Well, hello, and thanks so much for joining this AdvisorHub Hubtalk. It's an honor to be a part of this industry-leading summit, and I'm excited to share with you our latest thinking on the Advisor Playbook, leading clients forward. You know, we're living through truly historic and difficult times. We've got just incredible competing headlines throughout 2020, starting with COVID, through the summer, social unrest and protesting, and of course, more recently, the political race and for president, which you could argue is one of the most important political races for president in our country's history. So advice in times like this, it's more important and more valuable than ever before, and with clients navigating through so much unknown. Daily lives are being changed in a profound way. A new need to understand and utilize virtual connectivity, and there's this lingering sense of will I be okay? There's this deadly virus. Am I going to be okay? Or will my family be okay? Will my community be okay? And on top of that, you've got the effects on the economy with jobs being lost and belts being tightened. And again, through periods like this, advice really matters. Your clients are looking to their financial advisor. They're looking to you to answer the question, what do I do? What do I do in these circumstances? So the good news is we've seen through data that we've collected at Envestnet with over 100,000 financial advisors and millions of client accounts that the advisor response to clients' needs has been really fantastic. We're addressing financial plans and updating financial plans. Thoughtful portfolio adjustments are being made. It's remarkable how technology has helped us work through these issues. I can't imagine how difficult it would have been just 10 years ago trying to address the challenges that we're faced today without the technology that we have available to us. But it's clear that the pandemic has changed the way that we work, and it's changed the way that we live. And it's magnified so many things. It's made some things that we thought were important much less relevant. And it's forced everyone into this new and uncomfortable territory. In our business, the financial services industry, our business is not immune to these changes. It's clear that life before the pandemic was one way, and life after the pandemic will be another way. And that's why we've created this playbook for leading clients forward. It's to help you think about the ways that you're engaging with your clients and to set your practice up for future success. And there's 6 key themes that we see emerging as we roll through and emerge from this pandemic. The first is trust. A new level of trust is going to be at the center of the client-advisor relationship. It's always been a big part, but even more so today as clients try to sort through information and determine what they should pay attention to and what should be ignored. We're redefining what it means to be prepared. We thought we were prepared, but in many cases are not. We see digital becoming more human through interactions like this, through video technology. The continued fusion of health and wealth. Families are elevated to the center of our lives, and they lead the way. And then finally, creating a playbook for sustainable business to make sure we're prepared to succeed into the future. So let's just talk about each of these 6 items briefly, and let's start with trust. So a new level of trust and relevance are the currency of a valued client engagement. So what can you do to deliver relevant information and build trust with clients? Well, it starts with not immediately going to a tactical conversation, but taking a breath, remain in the moment, and being empathetic to the client, and making sure that you are asking questions like, what are you concerned about? Because it's helpful for them just to speak what they might be concerned about. Maybe it's, again, health, maybe it's financial market volatility, maybe it's job loss. So just understanding what the concerns are is a great start. Recognizing that it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel that way. A lot of people feel that way right now, and it's understandable, and you shouldn't feel embarrassed or concerned about that. Recognizing that it's a concern of many people, and then reset by understanding and reminding the client what their priorities are, because priorities really create purpose in life. So that's the first big thing, thinking about the types of engagement. The second thing when it comes to trust is utilizing data feeds to fuel the financial plan and ongoing investment decisions for the client is going to be critical for the future. So making sure you're gathering the right information that powers good decision making. And with that, comes the appropriate securities measures to protect a client's data, to make sure they understand that you're doing what you need to do to make sure that their data is safeguarded and sensitive information is protected. So important parts of the trust conversation. The second big area is preparedness. So redefining what it means to be prepared. We're facing new levels of caution. Preparedness will become highly customized for both individuals and businesses as they ask, what can I do to be prepared? So as you can see from the chart here, some of the biggest concerns clients had were around volatility and protecting assets. And so maybe it starts with readdressing what risk comfort levels are as they look at their portfolio, and should they go more conservative or more aggressive? Some of the largest trade volumes we've experienced in our company's history have to do with just that, resetting clients' risk tolerance profiles. But it goes one step further. We've got so many great tools these days where you can go through scenario testing or scenario planning and address what ifs. So a client might be concerned about COVID, or might be concerned about the presidential election, or maybe they're concerned about interest rate movements. Whatever the case may be, there are great tools like BlackRock's Advisor Center that will allow you to apply those to a client's portfolio and give them some guidance on how their portfolios might react in different market circumstances. It's a great way to set clients at ease so they can better understand what the future may hold, regardless of the circumstances. The second thing is planning, making sure that you're going through the planning process. Maybe they abandoned an old plan, or they haven't been focused on the full planning process at all. Now's the time to really think about that, to set goals, understand what their concerns are, and address their needs. And the last thing is to think about breaking apart the planning process through gamification. We've got great tools through Money Guide Pro or Money Guide, like My Blogs, that allow you to take bite-sized pieces of the planning process that take 2 to 10 minutes and are much more easily digestible by the client to understand life expectancy or long-term care needs, or what their retirement expectations are. So these are great ways to incorporate the younger generation and make the planning process a little bit more pleasant for your clients today. The third area is digital becomes more human. Clients are clearly shifting toward digital communication. We see on this chart here much more contact is made through email and text messaging. On the right end of the spectrum, you see Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So social media is becoming a much bigger part of client ongoing communication. So thinking about ways that you can automate and personalize that communication and tailor it toward your client's needs is going to be critical for the future. So it's not just pushing any information out to all clients, it's understanding what their concerns are and what their needs are, and beginning to find ways to filter information to come in and make sure those clients' needs are addressed to the information that you're pushing out to them. The next area would be digital touch points. One thing that is a benefit of this whole process is we've been forced to learn how to utilize video communication. And I saw Michael Kitces speak years ago to an audience of 1,000 financial advisors, and he was already promoting the importance of using video technology to create efficient ways to connect in a personal way with clients. And everyone listened, they shook their heads and walked out. But now we're being forced down a path that we probably should have been addressing years ago to create scale and efficiency in your business, because clients are much more likely to meet with you 2 or 3 times a year, with a couple being through video and maybe one face-to-face, than they would be to get in their car and drive to your office and spend an hour with you for 3 or 4 times a year. So there's really some positive benefits. So thinking about lighting and the way the video angles are set up, and making sure that clients understand how to use this video technology will be critical for the future. The fusion of health and wealth. So it's becoming a tighter and tighter connection between health and wellness, and financial health and your physical wellness. So financial, mental, and physical health are more interconnected, and it's a multidimensional conversation. You need to be healthy both physically and mentally to earn a living, and in order to stay healthy, you got to avoid stress and anxiety, and that brings us back to the investment world, the financial world. As a matter of fact, there was a study done by Northwestern Mutual It said 92% of Americans said that nothing makes them happier or more confident than having their finances in order. This is where we can make a huge difference. Not being rich or making a ton of money, having their finances in order. So connecting daily needs to long-term goals goes a long way to helping clients feel like they've got their finances in order and can relax and feel like they're moving forward. Families and communities lead the way, again, demonstrating empathy and understanding in this new normal. Answer the question, what should I do with my family? Family is priority number one. And so start each conversation around personal updates. Ask them how their family's doing, the well-being of family members, and think about this as an opportunity to bring in children and maybe elder parents to use multi-generational planning as a result of people thinking more about the family during these circumstances. It's a great opportunity to bridge that gap. And then finally, creating a sustainable business that allows you to succeed in the future. So rethinking office roles to ensure that everyone within your organization is providing the most value for their clients today. It's creating scale in your practice by implementing digital tools that can automate certain processes, but also an outsourcing model. So think about ways that you can partner with third parties like strategists to run asset allocation models for you, freeing up time to go deeper with clients in the planning process and addressing some of these things that I've mentioned up to this point. And then finally thinking about team-wide access with cloud-based solutions. So if we have disruptions like this, everyone can transition to remote locations and still be productive in their work, or just a few ideas. So as I wrap up here, the value of advice is clear, and more than ever, investors need your coaching, need your guidance, need your support. They need someone that they can trust. And we feel like we're at a turning point here where it's our time to lead, and we can do this together. We have a great opportunity to make an impact in clients' lives for the better. If you're interested in learning more about any of these 6 themes or seeing additional in-depth videos on these concepts, please take a minute to go to our post-pandemic resource center at www.envestnet.com/leading-clients-forward. Thanks so much for your time. And again, it was a pleasure to be a part of this Hub Talk.